Even the single money, single virtues to maturation is such and benefit. And like we can to say is like these days scientific medicines to look, it is like a wonderful, it's a, how do you say, powerful, exactly the poison and medicine. When we are sick and some small drop of the medicines we put in our body, these small drops like kind of permeated our body, is immediately become kind of healthy. And like this, it's small things. If something inside the strength, power, is such a benefit. Therefore, when we are recited even the single money, if this single money enhanced by the bodhicittas, this single money's result bring maturation as a lot. And therefore, always essential to give a rise to the bodhicittas. Then this is the vast attitude. Now we study the vast attitude of the Bodhisattva's motivation. We call the mind of the enlightenment. And in the futures, then you don't need to study again in the futures. Maybe if next year or next time so we're coming together, you need to pass exam. And that moment when we ask to you about the vast attitude of the Mahayanas, what it is, you say like directly, clearly, then you don't need to study again. And also when you study and all the meaning of this vast attitude in the bodhicitta and this Mahayanas bodhicitta, if you have this meaning in your heart, then wherever you go, this knowledge you have. Wherever your body goes, mind is there. Wherever your mind goes, your knowledge is there. You go to the make retreat, you go to listen other teachings. When you recite the mantra, you go outside, whatever. Now I need to rise in bodhicitta. How? Oh, I studied this time the bodhicitta of compassion, the mind of the enlightenment, like this. This is the great motivation I need to. Now next, the attitude is the vast, but it's more skill in means, like kind of the special method, capable. It is the attitude of the Sikut Mantrayanas. Sikut Mantrayanas, why is you say the Sikut? Why you call the Mantrayanas? It is like a kind of a Sikut because it's very profound. It's very much direct. It's if you tell to direct, someone's difficult to fit their mind. Maybe it's like you need to very much be careful. It's like, for example, maybe we can say is when you make a delicious pancake. I'm like a pancake teller, okay? And when you delicious make a pancake, maybe it's delicious, maybe it is very healthy, maybe it is very much organic. But maybe if you have maybe 1 or 2 weeks child, and that moment if you give direct this child, probably it's difficult to eat this child. You know, cannot chew. Maybe it's like damaged stomach, maybe damage. Therefore, first time you need to soft give this child food. This child slowly to grow up, and 1 month, 2 months, and then you can to give. And also it's like this. It's a Sikut Mantrayanas. Why it say the Sikut? Because it's very profound and very direct. Immediately to teach is very dangerous. Therefore, slowly, cannot to provide everybody's, because it's like sometimes misinterpretation, misunderstand, and then they take the wrong way, and therefore you very carefully to teaching this here. And also it's like the Sikut Mantrayanas. Mantra is like the mantra recitations. It is like kind of, you can to say some mantra is when you recite magic mantra, powerful mantra. And like kind of the like a strength mantra, you recite the Mani Padme Hum, it's immediately something is a result is coming like this. It's like Sikut Mantrayana teachings is very powerful. One moment, maybe we can become the enlightenment. there it says like if you really to properly when you receive the secret mantra yanas, like you are great fortunate. Maybe this a teacher of the secret mantra yana as a qualified teacher. So when you before to sit on the cushion, you are ordinary, normal kind of the person. And during the you sitting on the cushion, you receive the teaching. But after the teaching is finished, you get up the same in the cushion, you already enlightenment. Like this is like very fast, quickly. But this is very rare, very is like a kind of occasional. And therefore it's better to taking care. But it's like a secret mantra yanas, the motivation, it is a very much skillful means. It's like say, in that there is one is like a technical, the 3 methods says of the secret mantra yana. And this sutta it is saying, this one, it has the same goal, but it is free from all confusion. It is rich in the methods, that without difficulty. It is for those with sharp faculties, the mental vehicle is the sublime. And like this, it has the same goals, it is the same goal, but it is like the free from all the confusions. And same goal and maybe one meaning, but when you understand a different way, and then it's like the maturation is coming the different things. And also it is like we can to say is like the one goal maybe Sutta's perspective, Tantra's perspective, both is a goal, it is the be enlightenment. But how to become the enlightenment, there is like, maybe it's the beginner, there's confusions. How to, maybe we need to study basic like kind of things, then meditate, then it's like long time is to make the accumulation merit, and then finally you become the enlightenment. Not like this. Maybe it's like a secret mantra yanas has such skillful means. It is this goal of the enlightenment. There's no confusions. Maybe also it's like one word is not confused, and then it's you immediately to understand. Also you don't need to take long times. And also there's the same goals. You can translate different way to say. Same like one goal, this one meaning you can to say. One meaning means, for example, maybe we can say disturbing emotions, disturbing anger. Anger is like we use when anger is arrive into our mind, we perceive anger as the anger, and we hate it to the anger. Anger is arise, then is like perceived as the anger, then we need antidote. How we can to purify anger. And also it's like kind of when we anger arrived and we apply compassion, emptiness, and to more like there's many kind of different using methods in order to diminish this anger. But maybe in the skillful means of the secret mantra yanas, the anger's antidote using the anger itself, and then is the same meaning but different methods, different like kind of confusions. In the secret mantra there's no confusions. It's anger recognize anger itself, and the antidote anger itself, anger also not really anger. Anger is become the immediately wisdom. Anger is making the liberations. Therefore, if there's such and kind of skillful means using the different way methods, this is like kind of free of the confusions. It's the rich in the methods and without difficulty. And also it is like be enlightenment. In the sutta perspective, we can to say first is the common or the basic or the sutta perspective, how is the Buddha be enlightenment? First, he generated bodhicitta many eons. Generate bodhicitta, and then it's like through the generation bodhicitta, in the middle, how many he made the accumulation merit. 3 countless time eons he done the accumulation merit. Then is finally he become the enlightened man. This is kind of difficult to achieve, to reach, and deliver such wonderful levels. Maybe it is like a kind of we don't need to go under the ascetic practice. Maybe we don't need to go to the hardship, under the hardships. And like a kind of the very fast, quickly say. Even the Buddhas, like in his single life, beginning he went to, in the 6 years per day, drop of the water, 1 single barley he eated, how much he went under the hardship, ascetic ways. 6 years. Maybe in the secret Mantrayanas, we do not need to go under this kind of hardships, difficult things. Maybe if we can to really meet the qualified teacher to receive the properly teaching, and ourselves become the suitable like kind of receptacles and fortunate, and we receive also correctly, then maybe it's like one moment we become the enlightenment. You know, it's like a secret Mantrayanas. Maybe it's this morning you are evil person. Maybe you killed countless sentient beings. You are like a killer, robber, doer of the sexual misconduct. You do many different things, but certainly you are made the secret Mantrayanas, and this afternoon you become the enlightenment. Why you say like this? Because there's such skillful means, and it's like a kind of immediately one moment to purify all the negativities, things like this. This is the very rare. Therefore, we don't need to go to the difficult situations, and also we don't need to abandon any negative emotions, and we don't need to abandon anything. We don't need to adopt anything, doing nothing but done everything. This is kind of secret Mantrayanas, but there is the skillful means we need to to basic education, or fortunate, or we need to very carefully listen. Of course, there are these kind of methods. We don't need to go to the very difficult situations, and also we can to make the free from the confusions and like this. Those with the sharp faculties, that is the truth. Sharp faculties. For example, maybe Buddha's, when he's teaching timers, maybe his voice, single voice, and this single voice permeated all the 1,000 students, and the 1,000 students, each individuals received this Buddha's voice, then they have different understandings. Because of their faculties, because of their like kind of temperament, and because of their like kind of faculty and elements, Buddha said the single word, but I understand that, you understand that, different understanding, different approaches is coming. But secret Mantrayanas like sharp faculties, and maybe Buddha looks like teaching basic things, but the listeners to understand, maybe it's like immediately what Buddha's means. Maybe Buddha's teaching is like kind of the indirect provisional teaching. Provisional teaching means it's like basic teaching, but the student, sharp faculty students understand, that is the real meaning of like this and that. And therefore, and those student sharp faculties, then the Mantrayana vehicle is the sublime. And the Mantrayanas can be entreated by the many roses. Entrance, they entered. And there are many different entrances to be enlightenment, okay? Many different entrances. It is like maybe in the suttas perspective and more basic perspective, maybe we need to go through this. There's not much the shortcut way. There's not many entrances, just only one entrance doors. But in the Mantrayanas, because they have skillful means, many different like entrance, and you can to get easily to be in the enlightenment entrance. by the many roads. It contained many methods or the accumulating merit and the wisdoms. And also it's like there's many different entrants. And it's like, for example, in the sutta perspective, we need to abandon negative emotions, and we need to accumulate the positive emotion. And also it's like something is like big activities, rejecting, adopting, this kind of. But in the Mantrayana's things, maybe it's negative emotions, or the like kind of these things we don't need to abandon. Maybe there's nothing to abandon, nothing to collect things. Everything is like realized at the equanimities, and then it's like almost doing nothing, but automatically doing with the great accumulation merit and the wisdoms. And therefore, profound, skillful means to make the potential within the manifest without our having to undergo great hardships. And without going under the great hardships, we can to make the quickly maturation. For example, as I'm saying, it's like to abandon disturbing emotions all the time is very difficult. And there is saying that if you really want to destroy it, to purify the disturbing emotions, how? It's impossible. Why? Because it's like an ocean's wave. When there is the ocean, there is a wave all the time. Then you say, oh, wave is the really disturbed and for the ocean. In order to make the ocean, I want to take all the waves. Okay, we can to take out the waves. All the waves is finished, there's nothing left ocean. Like this, the ocean of the mind is there, the wave of the disturbing emotion, the thoughts, all the time is there. And then is how we can to destroy it, and how we can to diminish. But just temporarily something is there. Finally, we need to recognize disturbing emotions as the nature of the disturbing emotions. And therefore, it's like disturbing emotion, to accept it, to look at the nature of the disturbing emotions. We don't need to throw out the disturbing emotions. And then it's like we don't need to go this difficult hardship on the activity of to get rid of the disturbing emotions. Disturbing emotion, we accept it. Using disturbing emotion into the path, disturbing emotions bring to us in the state of the Buddhahood. And then disturbing emotions never make hard to us. Disturbing emotions never disturb to us. Like this kind of spatial skillful methods, but we need to, of course, to taking care. Sometimes misinterpretations, a lot in Europe, in Tibet, everywhere. Oh, I'm going to practice Dzogchen, secret mantrayanas. Then I don't need to how do you say, to reject or to abandon, purify my disturbing emotions. I can to drink, I can make sex, I can to eat, do something. It's a liar. First time we need to fathom, we need to measure our own view, our own like kind of the realization of the inner, how is the mind. It's really I'm self faculties, really I understand the mantrayana. Like this, we no need to go to under the hardship if we really to understand the meaning of the secret mantrayana's attitudes. The basis for these methods is the way we direct our aspirations and direct aspirations. And everything is the circumstantial and depends entirely on one's aspirations. This is in the which sutta, and also I have these translators and also students. Please, can you research this the source of each the quotations? For example, this one is which suttas. Just a few weeks ago, last week I was in Japan. We studied the inner preliminary practice of the rousing bodhicitta. And there's one Lotsawa, and Japan is sometimes very much dedicated to practice Dharma. And they are searching, finding to each the source of the quotations. And therefore, maybe can you to look, is these quotations, where it's come from, which sutta? And particularly Lotsawas, maybe is to check and ask to the teachers, and I couldn't find this one. But anyway, this sutta says, everything is the circumstantial. It is the truth. You know, it's like a kind of when we have something, and how we can to change, because the around circumstances is automatically change. This one is difficult to maintain, and all the time is our positions and the situations, and also shape, colors, dimension, positive, negatives, all the time is changed by the circumstances, like kind of conditions, fertilize, and kind of the manuals, and this kind of change. And of course, the circumstance, the most powerful circumstances, most like a kind of depends how it is the change. This is our motivation. It is the truth, absolute truth. It's become the positive, or it is become the negative. It is become the big or small, white or black, yellow or green. It's a big, small, square, and any kind of dimension is become entirely depends on our motivations. And this is totally is the truth. And therefore, we need to taking care of the motivations. And also here says, you know, the basis for these methods is the way we direct aspirations. Methods. And we need to change. And circumstance to change the other things. For example, we can to say there's one plant and grow up. This plant maybe is very beautiful itself, some characteristics. Maybe some other is like other plant is coming. This according to this other plant circumstances, certainly this plant is changed. And because of these circumstances, and then is this plant cannot to maintain, and maybe it's like kind of changed. Like this, everything is like the change by the circumstances, but really is a really big changer is our motivations, and therefore the motivations to change everything. Now it is that we need to change our motivation. Motivations means way of the thinking, way of the concerning. We should to change. It is there is in idioms. Sometimes we say the brave heart, coward. It's reality is the human beings. There's brave heart or the coward. It is not very much different. But the way of the thinking, someone has a determined, I want to, doesn't matter, I want to like to do it. This motivation's carries, then this person's immediately die, they don't care, like it become the brave hearts. And then coward says like, maybe it's like, yes, I want to do it, but maybe I want to avoid. Maybe there is something, way of the thinking is not really correct. And then this changed situation become the cowards. Like this, the way of the thinking different, then is the maturation result is also exactly the same. And therefore, we need to now is to change our model. Do not consider the place where the Dharma is being taught, the teacher, the teaching, and the so on, as the ordinary impure as you listen. Keep the 5 perfections clearly into our minds. There is here's the keep the 5 perfections. 5 perfections. And now it's like to consider very easy way to. What does mean 5 perfections? Perfect, we can do sublime, excellent. We can to say is very good times, excellent good times. Maybe we can say, no, it is a decadent times, degeneration times. Never say like this. Good time. Time is a fantastic, good time to say. Oh yes, place is a good, excellent place. It's our human pure land. Extraordinary. Look outside, it's a pure land. It's a good place. Okay, we can to say the good student. I'm a good student. Excellent. You are good student. This good student. I have Buddha nature. You have Buddha nature. We are Ndaka and Ndakiness. And also the teacher is the good, okay, Buddha nature. Not thinking about teacher's nose is strange. Beautiful mustache. Or some teacher hasn't got mustache. Maybe, or someone has. Or handsome. Not like this. Good or bad has Buddha nature, good teacher. And also the teaching is the perfect. Teaching is the all the time is Buddha's teaching, marvelous teachings. That is we can too easy to say. Good place, good time, good student, good teaching, good teacher. Then there is the perfect five. Do you understand? Good perfection, perfect time, perfect place, perfect teaching, perfect assemblies, perfect teacher. Then this is very easy. This we need to change now. Sometimes it's on the Sangha. This is complicated. And this Sanghas, maybe this. And like I'm saying, in Japan, when I go to Japan, our Sanghas call me the Tanokis, okay? They call the Mr. Tanokis. Sometimes teacher Tanokis. What does it mean? Tanoki? Tanoki is the raccoon, raccoon animal. Raccoon dog, raccoon. You say raccoon, yes? Do you have? Raccoon. Okay, rotten. Okay, very small and a very cute animal. But he has different face, Front is there's one face, back side different. In Japan, you have specific raccoon. They call the raccoon dog. The Japanese raccoon dog means these animals, they come into your family's house and he look at you, you open the door, sometimes he's knocking the door. And coming there, and then it's Japanese, the lucky animal, they need to bring sake. If you give sake, they drink sake. And also sometimes he needs something, he's like this. And he don't need, he's angry and to run away. And like this, is like, we say it's like kind of tanokis means. Tanokis means it's like front is, but behind talking very bad things. Not like this. They told me Tanokis. I said, I am Tanokit, but you are also Tanokis, I said. And I'm not truth, but you are not truth. Everybody need to become the truth. Really truth. To say it's like I'm perfect and this person is not perfect. That is not Mahadi, secret Mahayana practitioners. Whoever we perceive is a fantastic, wonderful. I'm like kind of, when we see each other sanghas, oh yes, Ndaka and Ndakin is wonderful. This is kind of my companion. This is my sangha. This whoever, even any kind of sentient beings has the Buddha natures, never kind of to criticize, never like this. Secret Mahayana's, we need to that. If you criticize one single sentient beings, you criticize the same as the Buddha. When you see the frog and making the frog say, ugly sound, ugly animals, cannot to say. If you practice secret Mahayana, frog has the Buddha nature. Well, now we are changing our motivation to say, frog has a Buddha nature. It's temporary like this. There may be some, enlightened manifestations. Some frog may be not frog. Maybe it's a Buddha of the frog. Why not? And to concerning like this, it says, if we really want to practice secret Mahayana, we need this attitude. And also place. Whenever we be in the place, oh, this place ugly, no, there's no properly shower, no toilet, difficult to get, not kind, not like this. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful place. And the time is a great time. And the teaching, everything there's, if we need this motivation, okay? Maybe it doesn't matter your eyes, your nose, your kind of ears, seeing, smelling, hearing, something ugly things. Maybe we can see because of my confusions. Everything is fantastic. Also, my self, I'm not bad. I'm an enlightened person, beginning. I'm a Buddha. And also it's like a kind of whatever you arrive thoughts, bad smell is coming, you not to take it as a bad smells. Bad smell is coming, smell. Looking at the essence of the bad smells, then it's not bad. And when it's like kind of good smell is coming, you have not kind of attachment to the good smell. You look at the essence of the smells. It doesn't make more your disattachment. Like this, bad, good, equally to practice pure perception, according the 5 perfections. 5 perfections, you do understand. Okay, it's like time, place, and the Sangha, and your friend, yourself included, and teachers. Then this is very easy. Maybe we can rest 5 minutes there.